And it will probably pop up on your screen that you need to say, okay. Maybe it won't. Okay. So it should be recording now. Is it? Yeah, it's recording. Okay. Welcome everybody to chair yoga. Angle looks good. Fran will pop in when she needs to. There she is. Come on in. And then I'll probably just lock the door in a few minutes, just in case anybody's running late. So my name's Eva. Sherry's the only one I hadn't met before. I teach chair yoga, mostly in Palm Bay, and I used to teach here, but I haven't done it for a while. So I decided to do a training so other people know how to teach chair yoga. Let's see if I can keep an eye. Yeah, there we go. All right. So today we're going to use some props. It includes a strap and a block, and I'm going to borrow this. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I'm Mr. Chair. It's okay. All right. Comfortable temperature, right?
Yeah, just put the air on. Just
more. Okay, good. Jenna had turned it on, but I didn't know. I didn't check the setting.
Yeah, I put it on 75.
Any point you need more padding and you want to grab another blanket for the back, you can. But we are going to be sitting forward in some of the part of the class. We're also going to do standing poses. But anytime you don't want to do standing or you just need to take a break, or feel free to sit down. The only rules I have is breathing. Keep breathing and listen to your body. Okay. If you have your phones, please make sure the ringers are off. I've got to do the same thing myself. And we'll get some music going too. What did I do with my speaker? So I start sitting back in the chair.
Just feels this little bit.
That's it. Where did I put it?
No,
Oh, this is my microphone. All right, that's my microphone. I had to try to buy a clip-on one, but I didn't get it to work. So good. So sit back, relax for a few breaths. It's weird. I got the speaker out and then I can't find it. Hear you. That's okay. We're just going to have the music from my phone.
I have a Bluetooth in my car. Do you want to borrow it?
Well, that's what I had, but I'm not going to worry about it today. The music is not the important part today.
Okay.
Okay. So first thing we just want to know is how are we feeling today? So you sit back and feel the chair underneath you. And then for those of us who may be a little vertically challenged, it might be nice to have a block to push your feet on. And it just keeps your legs a little bit more relaxed, right? Good. And we'll just sit back and close the eyes if you like. Hands can be anywhere they're comfortable. Good. And then just setting aside this time for yourself in your mind. We bring our awareness into the present. Notice the feeling of the chair underneath your legs and your back. Feeling the temperature of the air. And just noticing any other sensations like your hearing, what you smell. And then soon we'll start to pay attention to the inhale and the exhale. So we may inhale through the nose. And you may choose to exhale through the nose or the mouth. So choose a few more of these. And as we get going, you might notice that your breath changes. A little bit more depth, a little slower. Good. And then taking 3 more breaths. Good. And your breath may be slower or faster than mine. So you're just going to go at the pace that works for you. And then as you complete that last breath, just come back to a regular breath and gently open the eyes. So this is always really helpful for us to just be aware and present when we get ready for our yoga classes, right? All right, now just finding a little bit of movement. Let's take the arms forward and open and close the hands. And right away, my shoulders are talking to me because I got a little bit of a pain right here. So feel free to bend your elbows and bring it down instead, okay? So I'm going to give you lots of options today. Good. And then take the wrists in circles. One direction and then the other. And then relaxing the arms down, make fists, bring the shoulders up, inhale. Exhale, let go. And now imagine that you're gathering the tension that you may have experienced and then just releasing it. Good, one more time. Maybe somebody cut you off in traffic this morning. Happens to me all the time. Good, all right. And then just letting the arms relax. And we'll extend the right leg. Bring the ankle, move your ankle into up and down movement and pointing and flexing and feeling the sensations in the foot, the ankle, the leg, whatever you notice here. And we'll take it around in circles. One direction and then the other. Good, and releasing down, second side. And the reason I like to sit back in the chair for this part is because it simulates if you were in a mat class and you were on your back. We have our back resting on the ground and we can start to see how our leg works here, okay? And then rotate around one direction and then the other. Good, and then releasing that down. All right, good job. And then with both arms, we're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale down. Taking it as slow or as fast as you want, add one leg, and down, and then the other. And then if you're feeling up to it today, both arms, and your arms could be here. Doesn't have to be all the way up. Good. And then release. Good job. All right, now we'll scoot forward in the chair now. You may or may not need the block for this part of it, but it will be there for some other things that we're going to do today. So we'll come back to the breath, placing one hand anywhere you want on the bottom. You can have one on the heart, one on the belly, or just anywhere you want, okay? And just take an inhale. Notice what moves. And as you exhale, soften it back down. Now, all I want you to notice is how long does it take to inhale? And how long does it take to exhale? You don't have to control it, but just bring your awareness to it. So as we inhale, notice that there's just a little tiny pause before the exhale starts. Not a hold, just a pause. And as your exhale completes, there's also a little pause, just as the inhale starts again. Good, let's do two more of those. Pause and release. Empty it out. Pause, inhale. Good, last one. Good. And then just regular breath. Release the hands down. Good job. All right, shoulders come up and back and down now. We want to get our shoulders ready. We just said how sometimes holding our arms out makes our arms and our shoulders feel tired, right? And then reverse direction, back and up and forward. You guys doing okay over there? Good. All right, and then release the arms down. All right, here we go. Arms reach out. Remember, if you need to keep it low, it's okay. Okay. We're going to come out, and here's the forest yoga. We're going to bend at the wrists and then bring the pinkies in. Ring finger, middle finger. Some of them don't want to go by themselves. Index finger, thumb. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, rotate down. Good. One more time. We're reaching out, life force. Bending at the wrists. Inhale. Exhale, one finger at a time. Good. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, rotate down. Good. And then relaxing arms. And then just kind of shaking things out a little bit, noticing how your shoulders are feeling. We'll start to move into the neck. We'll bring the chin up and back, feeling the back of the neck getting a little longer. And then gently lean right ear toward right shoulder. Good. Now we're going to let the left hand hang down, left arm hang down. And then we'll flex the wrist again, just as we did before. Good. And then we'll nod the head up and down in this diagonal shape, doing a little bit of nerve flossing on the side of the neck. And then slowly we'll come back to center. Notice how that side feels. And then again, always finding, because if we go from here, it's really not helping our neck. We really want to feel the neck long. And then lean left ear toward left shoulder. And once more, if we're adding the hand, the right arm is hanging heavy. And then activating the top of the hand by bringing the fingers up. And then again, adding that nodding motion if that feels good for you. And of course, if it doesn't, then just stop. Good. And then bring it back to center. I know I slept wrong today because this side of my neck is talking to me, right? So I slept weird on my pillows. Turn your head to the right. Bring it back to center and to the left. Good. Bring it back to center. And then we're going to bring the chin down toward the chest. Lift up through the base of your skull. Good. Inhaling, bringing the chin. And just a gentle look up, not dropping the head far, but just enough to look up toward the sky, ceiling. Inhaling here, exhale, chin down. Inhale to lift. Good. Come back to neutral, and then we'll draw the letter O with the nose. Anybody have crunchies? I have lots of crunchies here. And I already did this earlier this morning. All right, reverse, go the other way. And then bring the head back to neutral. Good, so we're kind of just moving down through the body. Did head and a little bit of arm movement. We'll continue into our spinal movement. All right, so here we go. This one's a Silver Sneakers version. So arms are going to come out. Remember, you can be here, okay? So you're going to bring it out, sit tall. And the right hand's going to reach over toward the left, finding a little bit of a twist. And then the right hand slides across the chest and opens out wide. Inhale. Exhale, left arm moves across. Maybe you just turn your body to the left. And then slide it open. Inhale. Hands come to prayer. And we'll send right arm up and left arm down. With an inhale, look up to the right. With an exhale, look down to the left. Good. Bring the hands back to prayer. And this time, left arm goes up and right arm goes down diagonally. Inhale to look up. Exhale to look down. Good. Come back to center. Nice job. Just a few arm movements. Bringing your hands to your thighs. And taking the legs a little wider. This is my favorite sitting move, is just taking the body around in circles. Feeling now what's going on in the rest of your body. Circle it around. You can be wiggly, you can be straight, you can be slow or fast. But after a few times, you're going to change direction. Good. All right. And then come back to center. Nice job. All right, so now we'll walk the feet back to toes facing forward. And then let's go ahead and warm up the hips. So right knee comes in, and you can hold the back of your leg or the front of your knee. And then just giving it a hug as much as you can. So, right. And then we're going to take it side to side. So first version is your foot's down and the knee comes in and out. This is the gentle version. Second version is leg up, your hands helping move the leg in and out. Third variation, don't hold on. That's your choice. Listen to what feels best for you right now. We're kind of just getting things warmed up, right? Good. And then just letting that right leg release and shaking it out a little bit. My hips always talk to me, that very first thing that we do. All right, second side, left leg comes up. Good, and just feeling that little hug. Maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower, depending on your hip. And then choosing your variation. In and out with foot on the ground. Halfway up with hands on knee or under thigh. Or higher and no hands, your choice, okay? I'm gonna go back to the middle one. That's the one I like today. Good, and then releasing the hands. Good. Now lift your toes. And lift your heels and toes. And notice I'm not lifting the whole front of the foot, but you could if you wanted to for this one. You could lift the whole front. That won't work so well when we're standing. Because when you're standing, if you do this, you're gonna go right back. But here we're good, right? All right, and then just tap out the feet. Good. Take your hands, move the head. Take a big inhale. And go, ah. Good. One more cleansing breath. Big inhale. And a big sigh. Just kind of waking things up a little bit. All right, it's a great time for a water break. If you have your water and you want to take a sip, feel free to do that. I like to do breaks just because we forget sometimes. Y'all do have water? Yeah? Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, good job. We don't do this very often. Either in person or Zoom, not like together, but it's kind of interesting. Some things that COVID brought us, right? All right, good. Now we're going to use the block. Okay? So we're going to take a block, bring it between the thighs, and then we're going to give it a little tiny bit of a squeeze. Now make sure your feet and your knees are in line. And then just let me know, what do you feel here? Squeeze. Thighs, squeeze. Relax. I'm going to even go a little higher. Okay, so you can choose that. Oh, I don't know about that. These blocks are kind of square, right? I know they got the edges. In this studio, they have rolls, which are really nice. Yeah, the small one, the narrow ones do better. We're just going to give it a little squeeze and notice what you feel here. Okay. All right. Now, as we sit tall, and if you don't have a block at home, feel free to use a pillow or just bring your thighs together, which is not easy for me. I mean, it's not comfortable for me. Okay. All right. Now, from here, we're using a little bit of core. Okay. So we sit tall. Hands are going to start on thighs. We inhale to sit tall. And we exhale to lean forward, but keeping the spine straight. It's not really straight, it's just neutral. Inhale, come back up, using your hands to press up. So that's version 1. It helps you support your spine, your low back by pressing your hands into your thighs, and you're still using the inner thighs, okay? Okay, version 2, as we lean forward, we take our hands off the block and notice how that feels. More work, right? And then back up. Beautiful. Version 3, as we lean forward, arms reach forward. And we shift almost as if we're about to get out of our chair. And your hands could be a prayer. They could be forward, they could be up. Notice this is our chair pose. So inhale here. Exhale, come back up, arms release. We'll do 2 more of those. And you choose how far you go. Inhale as you reach. Remember, hands can be a prayer. Exhale back. Good, last one. Good, and then bring it back down. Now, take the block out. How did that feel? So we start to use a little more core engagement. This makes sure that we use a little more of our inner thighs, the adductors, right, Lisa? Adductors rather than abductors, and which is part of our core, the place where the thighs come together. She's studying massage, so she knows body stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
We're doing legs.
Doing legs. Yeah. All right. Second part of that is bringing the hands block between your hands. All right. Now you might keep your elbows straight, bent, right? But if your shoulders feel okay, you might bring the arms out and then give it a squeeze. How does that feel? Good. So we're feeling the tension of the isometric pressure of holding the block. And then we're just going to bring it down and then inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, so how could we add to this? Maybe you don't want to add to it, and that's okay. Okay, so this time as we come up, we're going to bring the right leg to tap, and then up and left leg. Good. Now your choice on how high and how much pressure you put on that tap. So for example, as you brought the right leg, if you hold there and press into the block, what do you feel? Torture, right? Yeah, okay. It's torture for me too. All right. Yeah, for me, it's the flexors. It can be your outside hip. It can be your quads. Yeah, it could even be low back, okay? So as we do left, and then we press into that, it's a lot, isn't it? So the blocks just give us additional use of it, and they can also make it easier for us to reach the ground, just as we did at the beginning, okay? So we'll set that aside for now and move into our spinal movements, okay? So I like to do right hand, right arm at this 90% cactus shape, right? You can also have hands to shoulder, or you can reach up. So you choose what you want. So what we're gonna do is sit here tall, inhale, and exhale, lean left, moving laterally. Stay on the side, same side. Inhale up, exhale over. One more time. Exhale over, hold, keep the breath going. Can you lift a little more through your right side and let the left side support that? Right shoulder slightly back. So we have the chest facing forward. And our next inhale is going to bring us back up. Good. Now shake out the right arm as much as you need to. All right, we'll go second side. So again, here, your choice. Sitting tall. I'm even pressing my feet down. So we're getting some leg activation as well, okay? So inhale as we go over. Exhale as we come back. We'll do 2 more of those. Good, one more time. This time we're gonna hold. Keep the breath going. Let the left shoulder roll back just a little bit. Inhale, release, shake out that arm. We're getting the sides of the body here. Yeah? I mean, if you do it gently, mindfully, it's probably just gonna help you a little bit, okay? We don't wanna strain it. All right, so now we've did. Me too. I don't do much at home either, but you're right. You know, it's like that. All right, now hands on thighs. We're going to feel the chest lift. Our shoulders come back. Maybe even our tailbone tilting back to get our whole pelvis involved. And a gentle look up. This is our cow pose. And as we exhale, we start the tailbone under, shoulders forward, chin to chest, reaching forward into our cat. We'll take that in 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen and lift and arch. And then exhaling to round and tuck and curl. Good, one more time. You're just getting all that spinal mobility. And exhaling. And then coming back to neutral. Stop. Okay, right hand goes to the left. Left arm sweeps around. So, I said it wrong. Left arm goes to the right. Right arm sweeps around. Look over to your right. 2 breaths here. Good. And then as we come back to center, right hand comes to the left. Left arm sweeps around as we turn and look the other way. This is our twisting motion. Good. And releasing to come back to center. So we kind of just got all of the spinal movements. And we did just a little bit of low back, but let's do a little more low back. We'll go legs wide. With hands on thighs, we lean forward. And then you decide how far do you want to go. For my low back, maybe this is enough. All right? For some of you, you're going to reach down for your shins or the ground, but pay attention to what your back is actually needing here, okay? We'll take 3 breaths here. Pay attention to how the inhale expands your ribs, maybe all the way into the back ribs. And your exhale pulls the belly in. 2 more, 1 more. Good, and then take your time as we walk the hands back and we come back to our seated position. Walk the feet a little closer. And let's grab the strap. So go ahead and you have your strap that should be by the chair. We're going to open it up. And the middle of the strap is going to go under the right foot. Now, I personally prefer the ball of the foot, but you really can put it anywhere on the foot as long as it doesn't bother. Sometimes the arch doesn't like that much pressure, okay? So really simply, bend the knee, right knee, and then push out into the strap. And you can do the, in and out a few times. Keeping your spine straight or long, and then press out. Heel forward, toes back. Ooh, how's that feel? You can keep your elbows right by your sides, and that can help that. Or you can choose your arms forward as if you were trying to reach for your feet, okay? So your choice on this one? All right. Now, leg can come higher, maybe not, right? All right. And then we're going to take the straps into the right hand and start to take that leg out to the side. How far you go, your body's going to tell you. Okay? Use your left foot and your left tush to press into the chair for stability. And that left arm might reach out to you. So an option here is to turn your head to the left and breathe. Feeling strong. Good. Bring it back to center. The strap's going to go in the left hand. Now, we're not going to go far with this one, but we're going to see if we can go slightly over to the left and notice what you feel there. Right hand can come out. You may even turn our chest a little bit to the right. Bring it back to center. Bend the knee. Release the strap. Shake out the leg. Now, what I meant to do is compare something. So we'll do it on this side. So notice that if you bring your left leg up and straighten the leg without the strap, how does it feel? You guys are doing pretty good. But just observe how long it takes before you start feeling like, I got to put this down, right? And where you feel it. Now notice that with the strap, it changes how it feels, okay? By the way, this is really great to do at home in bed. Just grab your strap, grab a robe tie or a scarf. So bring the knee up and out. And so you'll be laying on your back and you just bring your leg up toward the sky, toward the ceiling. Pausing here. Ooh, what do you feel? It's a little different than when we didn't have the strap, right? All right, now take the strap into the left hand and we'll go out to the left. Use your right foot, your right side to anchor down. Good, and maybe the right arm reaches out and we'll turn to the right, turn our head to the right. Hip flexors are talking. Can you soften a little bit? Because that strap is there. Now you're using your arm because your shoulder might be tired too, right? Bring it back to center, switch the straps into the right. We're gonna go slightly across. Good. And maybe let our chest turn to the left. Good, and then release, come back to center. And then just checking in, how do your hips feel now? They may be happy, they may be irritated. So you can just kind of check in, right? We'll set that aside. We'll take a little bit of time for our water break. One more thing I want to show you while we're still sitting. Now, this would normally be a 1 hour long class, so there would be a little bit more to it, more standing probably, but I wanted to make sure we got some really good sitting poses in, okay? So with our legs wide, this is how I like to move into lunge, okay? With our legs wide, we start with windshield wipers, so you're just gonna go dipping right and left. I think Jenna calls it TikTok, right? She says TikTok. I call it windshield wipers, I don't know, depends on where you got it from, right? All right, and when you go to the right, let's plant the right foot and let the left knee start to dip down toward the ground. Now, for some people, this may not feel good in the hips, so it's always okay to take that leg somewhere else, side and or forward, okay? So give yourself a moment to set it up, and the right hand may be holding onto the chair so that you feel steady, okay? All right, now this is our lunge pose. So imagine that if we didn't have the chair here, what would we have to do? We'd have to use more engagement, right? We would lift up off the chair. We're not going to do that today, okay? Option, left arm forward. Both arms forward. This is our lunge pose. Good, and then relaxing the arms. We'll come back to center and noticing that side. The other thing that we do in that lunge pose is we get a pretty big stretch in the foot as we tuck the toes under. The other way people do it is this, and that really is tough for me.
Yeah,
Popping the top of the foot. Yeah, I usually get cramp feet for that one. Yes. That's the main thing about this pose is it's the only time that we get this part of our body open when you're in a chair. Because in your chair, this is always bent, right? Let's go to the other side. So we'll go to the other side and we'll plant the left, right knee's tucked, right knee's down, toes are tucked. If you need to adjust it, okay? So as Fran mentioned, we should feel something right at the front of our thigh here, the right thigh, the flexor, the front of your quads. For some people, they like bringing it back more, which you can. But for me, it puts too much pressure on my low back. So you can choose that, okay? All right, and then from here, we're turning our body to the left and then choosing if we want to bring that right arm forward or both arms forward. Breathe. There's a lot of value in staying in a pose rather than moving in and out. It's a very great stretch, right? And then release, come back to center. Good job. Ooh, observing now. How did that feel, right? Good. So
Body's starting to break.
waking up, yeah, that's right. You're not a morning person, right? Yeah.
Well, no, I've been up with the puppy all night, so.
Oh, you're really just worn out, like sleep deprived, right? Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, puppies are a lot of work. Oh, man, yeah. All right. Option to stand, okay? If you want to stay seated, feel free. Otherwise, go ahead and make your way up and walk around so you're behind your chair. You're going to use your chair for support. I'm going to move mine off to the side because I want you to see what I'm doing. And I like to really just get the hips moving as soon as we stand up. So just let your hips go side to side. As I say, Marilyn Monroe, right? And then Elvis, circles. Okay. Or Shakira. But Shakira is much faster, right? Circle one direction, circle the other. Good. Now, let's get the ankles moving. So we're just lifting the heels and then bringing them down and then lifting the heels. Good. So I'm going to put some more not so sleepy music. Okay. Now notice that if you lift your toes, what happens? It tries to send you back. So we want to stay grounded through the base of your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel so that only the toes lift. You'll feel some type of activation across the front of the tops of the feet and the front of your shins. So toes down, heels lift, toes up, toes down, heels lift. Good. Adding a little balance. Fingertips are on your chair, or as you come up, maybe one hand comes up. I need one. I need one. And then down, second time. Maybe the other hand comes up. Good. And then if you're feeling steady, it helps to press into your big toes extra. Maybe both arms come up, maybe they don't. The wobbles count, okay? And then release. Nice job. All right, mountain pose, we're just finding our good alignment. Shoulders are even with our hips and our hips are in line with our heels. Ears are in line with our shoulders. Now, instead of being very stiff in this, can we soften it just a little? We want to feel the steadiness of our pose without having to strain. As we add, inhale, arms come up, maybe halfway, and exhale down. We'll take 2 more of those. Inhale, reaching any amount, and exhale. Good, last one. Good. All right, and then release. Softening the knees, you may need to step back from your chair a little bit. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs, keep the knees a little soft as we slide the hands to the shins. Keep your spine long, so come up halfway first. I want everybody to feel their spine in a neutral position, then decide how far you're going to go, okay? Inhale, come up halfway, hands pressing into your shins or thighs, look forward. That's our halfway lift. Exhale, back down, and then all the way up. So arms sweep out if you want to. Good, hands to heart. We'll do that one more time. So inhaling to reach and exhaling to come into our forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale down, and then all the way up. Maybe even looking up and taking a little bit of a back bend here. Hands to heart. Nice job. Feet are a little bit wider, toes turned out, and we're going to swing it side to side. Let me adjust my camera angle so you all can see me a little better. We're just gonna swing it side to side. This is my favorite, one of my favorite moves. It's just getting free. Letting your spine move freely. I love that you're already lifting your feet. That's great. We don't get our knees stuck in one spot, okay? Good. And then come back to center, okay? All right, remember our favorite block? We're gonna bring that between the thighs. This one's harder just because the blocks are so thick, right? So your feet may need to go a little wider for this. And remember what we did earlier, as we bend the knees. Did anybody want to try? It'll be okay. We're not going to be here too long, okay? So, and you can if you want for yourself, okay? So we want to think about hips bending, knees bending, sitting back in our chair. Remember, we can always use hands on thighs for support for the back. Put a little weight into your heels, okay? Good, and then come back up. Good. If possible, we're going to have the toes facing forward, okay? All right, so adding our chair pose, sit back, a little squeeze of the block. Hands can be on thighs or prayer or out. As your arms add counterbalance, you may be able to sit the hips back a little further. Good, inhale, come back up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale up, last one. This one, we're going to see how it feels to hold, if you love it or you don't love it. Notice your tailbone. Is it arching or tucking or somewhere in between? We want Goldilocks just right. And you're like, I forgot about you guys in chair pose. I didn't. So we're going to come on up. Chair pose is one of those that you're like, how long is this going to last? Release, set it aside. Ah, good job, everybody. All right, moving to the right side of your chair. Left hand holds on. Going to do something just really simple. So just standing in your mountain pose and finding a focal point of something that's not moving. You might need to step back a little bit from your chair so the chair is in front of you. And then we're going to step forward with the right foot and back with the left foot. Just notice the weight of your body weight shifting. As we lean forward, we might decide to get that back foot up a little higher. And as we step back, we may decide that we can lift the right knee. Good. One more time. Step forward, lean forward. Maybe the back foot lifts. Maybe you're not holding your chair. Maybe you are. Okay. Good. Step back. Right knee. Maybe we're doing Karate Kid. I know it's not easy. Release. Good. Nice job. Holding on to the back of your chair. In between sides, we're just stepping back, bending the knees and reaching. You can do one arm if that's better for you. Okay. Finding your downward facing dog. Good. And then looking forward and walking forward. Okay. Good. I told her one arm because she's got a shoulder issue, but you can do both, whatever works for you. Okay. All right. Second side, left side of your chair. Guys doing okay over there? All right, good. I won't see it if you fall, right? All right, so now, again, it's always important to just feel your connection to the earth. Feel the balance within your own body. And then find your focal point. I'm going to move out of the way so, well, I can't move too far. All right, so now, left foot steps forward. Feel the weight shift. Step back to the right foot. Good. Adding a little. As the left foot comes forward and we lean into it, we might find that we can get right on that light on that right foot. And as we step back, we might find that we can lift the left knee. And I say might because sometimes you're going to say that's not going to work for me. The next time we might lift the left leg or right leg behind us and balance. And then right foot down, left knee up, pause here. Holding the chair or not. Karate Kid. All right, and release. All right, good job. Phew, okay, legs wide. This is my second favorite, or my other favorite stretch, and that's just a wide forward bend. So toes are forward, and if possible, take your heels a little bit wider than your toes, and that's gonna change how it feels. Hands on thighs, shins, the ground, whatever you choose. Let your head relax. We'll take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll start to walk our hands back, up as we come back to standing. Oh, looks like you guys all like that pose too. That's one of my very favorite ones. It really is. The forward bend with the legs really wide. It can be really nice for your back as well. All right, we'll bring the feet back together and then have a seat. Good. All right, just kind of finding one more hand movement. Bring your arms forward. Spread the fingers wide. Feel the thumbs and fingers reach away, or thumbs and pinky reach away from each other. And then we'll tuck the thumbs, wrap the fingers around the thumb, a little squeeze, inhale. Exhale, tuck down as if you were pouring from a pitcher. One more time, spread the fingers wide, thumbs reach away from pinkies. And then thumbs tuck, fingers wrap around. Inhale here, exhale, tuck down. Good. All right, stretch, letting your hands come apart and then shaking hands out. Interlace your fingers, just moving your wrists around. Good. And then gently pressing forward. Going through the wrists, the shoulders, the fingers, whatever you notice here. Good, and let the hands release. Good, we'll sit back in the chair. And then let the arms open as we lean back. And maybe finding a spot where your upper back is supported by the chair. Exhale, bring your right arm on top of your left and give yourself a hug. Rock a little bit here. Good. And then one more time, arms open, leaning back. Exhale, left arm on top of the right. Nice hug. Don't forget the pat on the back. Thank yourself for showing it today. One more time, open up wide. And exhale, relax. Nice job. All right. All right, so I'm going to skip the other poses and we're going to go back into relaxation, okay? So as you sit back, and if you have one more stretch you want to do, feel free to take that. So if you need like another twist or you want a forward bend, go ahead and take that. This is where people are kind of just noticing what they need, what their body's asking for. Every day is different, exactly. I got sunburned from the beach yesterday on my back, just on my back. I have, yeah, my left shoulder's a little cranky today too, so could just be the way I slept. So you're right. Every day you wake up and you notice how you feel, right? And then you go with whatever's here because it's the only body you have. Right? All right, we're going to sit back and relax. Make yourself comfortable. Hands resting, body resting. And we'll just do a big inhale and a big sigh. And if you like, you can close your eyes. Feel your body resting on your chair. If you want a block under your feet, feel free to add that. Maybe there's two. I want you to now visualize some favorite place that you have. Some place you love to go to when you need some uplifting. So for me, that's the beach. So I'm going to visualize the beach. The color of the sand, the color of the sky, the waves. Notice how it would smell. There's that beachy smell, salt water. Visualize what you would hear in your favorite place. So over the beach, and maybe that wash of the waves coming up and back. Seagulls as they fly overhead. Observing the sensation on your skin, temperature of the outdoors, a little breeze, maybe even sun shining down. And as you immerse yourself in those sensations, keep your mind in the present, or in that setting, or even in the present. So if you let go of the imagery, just let yourself find that peacefulness, the motion of being in your favorite place. What is that emotion? We'll be here for a few more breaths. Gently bringing your awareness back to the present. Feeling the breath as it enters your nostrils, following it through the body and back out again. And after that little bit of rest, maybe it feels good to start moving a little bit, just your fingers, your toes, maybe your head. Maybe you take a big stretch, awakening, engaging, energizing for the rest of your day. And as you release, we'll start to open the eyes up again. Beautiful. And then just turning your palms up. This little bit of energy just from that meditation or from moving today. What do you want to keep with you? Bring it together in the center of your heart, as if you were going to just keep it and share as much as you need. So we take that energy and keep it and take it out into the world. The light in you sees and honors the light in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Good. Good. Thanks for coming. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
this is Cherry Yoga. What'd you think, Sherry?
It was good.
Yeah, okay, good. We do some stronger stuff, some more relaxing, some more stretches.
Right.
Balance is always a big thing,
Yes.
because it's just a concern of anybody I know that's over 50. Balance is such a big deal, so. And I think, I'm definitely,
Baby,
what's that?
or if you're a baby.
Babies, yeah, but babies seem to bounce, they
They
fall a
do.
lot, right? All right, guys, I'm
See the puppies,
gonna
who doesn't
stop
have the
this.
footing right.
I'll start
Say
at,
bye.
She walks on the
we'll start at 12 or a little later.
She walks like she's drunk. Oh.
We're gonna
wow.
log out now, Eva.
Okay, Mom, thank you.
Okay,
Dad,
thank you.
okay, love you.